Well, moving to our other top story, MPs didn't get much work done in Parliament. In fact, no work done for the second consecutive day because of ruckus, chaos and commotion. Unlike in the past, however, when such standoffs could last for weeks and even an entire session, there could now be a possible end to the logjam. The government and the opposition are in talks, with the Treasury trying to avoid the BJP and left's demands for a vote on sensitive issues like price rise and black money. Black channel talks are now happening. Perhaps there could be a breakthrough tomorrow. Well, joining me tonight is our newsmaker on the 9 o'clock news, Mr. Sitaram Yechury, Rajya Sabha MP, and the man who's spearheading left strategy. I spoke to Mr. Yechury a short while earlier today and began by asking him, Mr. Yechury, disappointment from everyone really with what happened today in Parliament. Again, a second day with no business being transacted. The government would say that the left, whose public position is that you want Parliament to function, is being obstinate in this aspect.
On the contrary, I would say the government has been obdurate because we've had discussions on price rise both in the monsoon session, we've had the discussions earlier in the earlier session, and on both occasions a general discussion took place. A commitment for the government was given through resolutions by the House, once moved by the chair, that they will do something tangible or something to contain this inflation and stop its negative effects on the Aam Aadmi, so to speak. But nothing has happened. So therefore, in order to pressurize the government to do something tangible, we had given at least 3 concrete demands that they should immediately implement.
Yes.
And the only way we could have put this pressure on them was this pressure through a vote. And because of the vote, we thought that the government would make some tangible announcements, but they are refusing to do that.
Right. But Mr. Yechury, you're saying that you wanted some tangible announcements. The issue really being on that, under what motion or under what rule this debate on price rise should be. You wanted a vote, the CPIM wanted a vote, but the CPI, your ally, was quite happy with the debate without a vote. They had accepted that peace formula. The focus, they said, would be on debate rather than disruption. Why was the CPIM insisting on a vote?
No, but debate, yes. You have the debate tomorrow. We are willing. I mean, you go ahead and have the debate tomorrow. We'll insist on the adjournment motion, but we are not going to continue this disruption. But we are saying that one day when we did today when we registered this protest, to actually tell the government to understand the gravity of the situation and to understand that this is not merely something as a formality that you will have a discussion, but you will have to do something about it. And you cannot only say situation will improve, once the harvest comes in it will improve. We've heard this so often in the past. Harvests have come, the crop has come, record food production has happened, but 20% inflation in food articles.
So the point the left has been making, of course, that this is an artificially created situation. But just looking at the larger perspective, because I don't think anyone is arguing about price rise and how important it is that it be debated in Parliament, but here the opposite seems to be happening. If I can take you back, Mr. Yechury, to August this year, during the special debate during the Anna Hazare fast, when what seemed clear, politician after politician talked about a loss of credibility, a larger disgust that the people of India were feeling with the political class. Doesn't this whole constant disruption of Parliament only add to that impression? Are you worried about the larger credibility crisis politicians face, especially with disruptions like these?
No. On the contrary, today is the first session, the first day in the fact that you had in the Rajya Sabha. I mean, yesterday was because of obituary references. On the first day, we said that this is an issue on which this House has debated twice and debated at length in the last 2 sessions. Now once again only to debate without the government taking any action, because the finance minister's statement doesn't talk of any action or any steps that the government is taking concretely in a tangible form. So therefore we said that this is something that is not acceptable. We have already been through this. So let us have a discussion where the government will announce something tangible. Now, we tried that today. If the government continues to be obstinate, it is they who are obstructing it, and that point is being made, and that the people understand. We are willing to go back, and remember, we, the left and I personally, have moved on the floor of the House the proposal to amend the Indian Constitution to ensure that the Parliament meets at least 100 days in a calendar year, which it has not in the past so many years, in the recent years. And to say that the Parliament will have to function and the accountability to the people has to be ensured. So we are for the Parliament to function, and that will be demonstrated in the coming days.
Yes.
As I said, we will insist that there should be a discussion under voting, but if the government refuses to accept tomorrow, then yes.
That's an important point there. You're saying that if the government refuses, then yes, so perhaps opening up for a compromise there. But that important point you just made on the duration of Parliament sessions and how you're saying it must be a minimum of 100 days a year. Now, it's a really worrying factor that the duration of our Parliament sessions, our Assembly sessions have been shrinking. The government's argument in response is that even these short sessions are disrupted by various parties, from the BJP to the SP to pro-Telangana parties. So even these sessions aren't achieving anything.
No, you see, the point is the responsibility to run the House essentially lies with the government. You remember we lost one entire session because the government refused to constitute a JPC into the 2G spectrum scam. And finally they did. Now, if they had to finally constitute the JPC, if they had done it at the first instance, we wouldn't have lost that session at all.
Right. So
now tell me, who is to be blamed on this? Now, how can you say that the opposition stalled the House and disrupted
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.